So, have you had a chance to watch the recent PlayStation State of Play? I went into it with pretty low expectations, and when it was all said and done, I thought the showcase was good, but not amazing. I think the presentation kicked off well, showing off Luminous Arise and Pragmata, but it was around the middle of the showcase that the show started to lose me. And there was a pretty glaring omission of a lot of Sony first-party titles in that showcase, which shouldn't be a surprise considering PlayStation's disastrous plans for more live service games have ruined almost all single-player games in their development pipeline. And this showcase was another great example of Sony leaning into its third-party relationships, especially from Japanese developers, to bolster a lineup that justified a state of play in the first place. I'm not saying it's all doom and gloom, but there was almost no showcase of the current state of Sony first-party titles. How many of these games are thriving in the incubator, and how many of these games are ending up in the morgue? And I say all that considering I actually kind of like the state of play from this year, especially compared to past years. Though if I had one gripe, it's that I wish Sony was better about presenting games that appeared on both PlayStation and PC. But I also want to cover some games that really excited me coming out of that show, including Bloodstained, The Scarlet Engagement. I was not expecting a proper Bloodstained Ritual of the Night sequel anytime soon, and I'm pretty excited about what they had to show. Even if it's more of the same Bloodstained, I would probably be pretty happy with that. As a PC player, I'm really excited that Everybody's Golf Hot Shots is finally making its way to PC. There are not a lot of great casual golf games on PC, so I'm excited to play this one. It took Square Enix long enough, but I'm excited that Final Fantasy Tactics is finally getting a proper re-release, and I'm glad to see that the game is going to be available in a mostly original format and in a remastered format. Luminous Arise looks gorgeous and absolutely crazy. I've never actually played a Luminous game before, but if it's anything like Tetris Effect, I'm all in. And for me, the biggest highlight has got to be 007 First Light. I love the idea of taking a young, inexperienced James Bond and making a game all about him earning his 00 status. And with how incredible that most recent Hitman trilogy is, I have absolute faith in IO's ability to make an awesome James Bond game. My only concern is that there was a lot of shooting and blowing shit up in the trailer, and I'm hoping that 007 First Light finds a good balance between action and stealth in the final version. But all I can say is that I had low expectations going into this PlayStation State of Play, and Sony managed to clear that bar and then some. While there's still a lot of concerns in regards to the state of Sony's single-player first-party development, honestly, that state of play was better than I expected it to be, so I'm going to give it a solid 3.5 out of 5.